So, for Patreon, for I think, yeah, the highest tier, I'm gonna be doing these pieces, these random view specific pieces for people. I'm also gonna be recording the pieces get drawn, so these aren't gonna be time lapses, but these are actually gonna be, I guess, real time. I'm also going to be recording the audio, so bear with me if if the audio part of it's not any good. Let me know your opinion on the, for those actually, that can watch this, let me know your opinion on whether or not I should just do it as a time lapse, or whether I should keep it as a real-time video. Just so that I can at least know what people are after, rather than just do it as such. I'm gonna have no audio on this, and I'm gonna record the audio separately. No real... fuck it. You know what? Just gonna upload this raw. You're gonna get it. And as you get it. Cool. I love any moment I can get to draw these characters. Honestly, it feels like it's been forever. So this feels, it somewhat even feels slightly unnatural, to be honest. But it does feel good. I need to somehow get back into the groove of figuring out how it is I draw them, because it's been so long. Most likely I'll be referencing my own work from volume 1 when I draw volume 2, which is weird to actually to reference one's own work, but that's just, I guess, part of it. I really can't wait to work on volume 2. Also, I'm not sure if I should even say anything regarding volume 2 yet, so I won't, but it will most likely have a sub-name to it, like a subtitle of some kind. It'll be random views something something. So it won't, the trade will say volume 2 on the side, but it will also, but the main side will be random views something something. And we still haven't really worked out yet. I need to discuss that with the writer, with my co-writer, Leonard. The script for volume 2, I don't want to talk about it, obviously. I'd rather people read it when it's done, but I'm so excited to draw it. There's gonna be a lot of stuff to draw as well, and it's kind of I'm annoyed as well as excited, but that's just part of it, I guess. I hope people enjoy it. I mean, I feel that personally, very biased obviously, because I'm the one it's my baby, but I feel that if you enjoyed volume 1, you're gonna like volume 2 more. There's just so much more that's gonna go on, and all those people who submitted characters, well, at least the winning entries, you'll definitely see your characters finally. I apologize. I'm apologizing right now for the wait. I know that contest was held years ago at this point, but I didn't really think that it would take this long for volume 2 to actually get made. But again, because random views is is a personal project. It's a passion project, as they call it. It's not really it doesn't, unfortunately, it doesn't take number one priority. It's not what pays the bills, as they say. So it's just kind of how it is. But I guess through that time, we've come up hopefully with something quite good. It's definitely a follow through, so whatever took place in volume 1 will have effect on volume 2. I'm letting you guys now know that some of the characters won't be appearing. Well, all the main characters will definitely be appearing in volume 2, but some of the side characters like Bushitake won't really have a primary role. Same as Mighty Oak. You'll see them hopefully, but not in the capacity that they appeared in the first volume. I'm not even, to be honest, I'm not even sure if Matilda even appears. I feel that I'm going to have to draw them in the background somewhere, like in the aftermath of something, because things go down. If you guys remember the end of volume 1, you'll know that it's gonna continue into that. So things are definitely gonna go down in this volume. I'm very, very excited in terms of how people will feel about it. But yeah, that's most likely going to take a little bit more time to begin, because other work has popped up which won't hopefully take too long. Like right now the goal is I'll most likely begin December, which isn't too bad. I mean, it sucks because like it takes essentially, like, it's gonna take me a couple of months to get this whole thing done. It's easily 4 or 5 issues, maybe even 6, if I decide to spread out the action a little bit more, pace it out a little bit more. But things are going down. So, but I'm just, I'm grateful that I've got Udon's backing with this. So it's gonna be another Udon book. Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to get cracking on it. And I do hope people, like it. Hopefully I can get some new readers too. Because, I appreciate all those who have read volume 1. Oh, apologies for that sound. I'm uploading something. So you're going to be hearing that in this video. Yeah, I'm just going to show you right now. I'm just uploading something onto Instagram. Yeah, it'll do. My net's acting up right now, so hopefully by the time I upload this, it won't be a pain in the ass. Apologies again. Okay, sorry about that. My phone went off. But yes, I'm back now. Continuing. Trying this. Okay, so since I'm recording this live, although I may change it up, so. But yeah, since I'm recording this live, I could probably talk about what tools I use as I work on said piece. Right now I'm using the a Pentel brush pen. I liked using the Pentel Pocket brush before, but when I got the Japanese refills, the ink ran a lot more watery than the American one, which is bizarre. But so I purchased some more American refill, but I've yet to use it again. And while I was in America, I was just checking out new pens, and I saw this one, which is the regular Pentel brush, whereas the Pocket is much smaller. But yeah, this one's the regular Pentel brush, and I don't know, it's exactly this. Essentially it's the same thing, but I do like this ink, so that's why I'm using it. It's got a nice consistency. I can control the line width quite easily, and having control of the line width is, to me, important anyways. I'm not even sure if it's noticeable at all to people, but it is to me, and being the person that's actually working on the piece, that's important. So, also, yeah, as you notice, as you can tell possibly, I'm using a special random views template that I made specifically for these traditional pieces for the highest tier patrons. So you guys get something special. Well, hopefully it's special to you guys. I don't know, but yeah. Okay, just do a bit some shading on his hair, and then I'll use Copics for some tones. Yeah, okay, but yeah, do excuse me if this video is crappy. It is definitely the first time I'm doing this whole live talking, live drawing thing, and I'm definitely not used to it, so yeah, that's my excuse. Whether or not, you accept it or not, meh, what can I do? And honestly, at this point, I don't even know who's going to be watching this. I'll have I'll give access to people, I suppose. But okay, so right now the tip is getting a little dry, so what I do is I squeeze these things here. I shouldn't be squeezing it above the piece itself, but I don't know, I'm being risky. Okay, and yeah, by squeezing that, you basically fill the brush up again with ink. I'd like to eventually start using actual, like a real brush and a bottle of ink type deal. I think that's the next level type stuff, but I don't know. I don't really like dip pens. Is that what it is? I don't know. The fact that I don't even know what it is not a good sign. Then maybe I shouldn't dive into that thing yet. Okay, so that's the ink. That's the inking done. I'm gonna stretch a little bit. So normally I wait a little bit. I wait a little bit because it takes a minute or two. It takes a bit for the ink to fully dry. I don't want to start erasing the pencils and end up smudging any of the inks, because that has happened in the past and it sucks. So I will try to avoid doing that here. But right now I'm growing a little bit impatient. That's the problem with me. I don't have the patience So let's start erasing the pencils and just hope for the best. Alright. Just ink. Alright. I'm gonna be coloring this most likely. Maybe basic colors, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how deep I'll go into it, but we'll see. We'll see where the piece takes us. I don't really want this video to be too long. I mean, technically I could say, yep, this is done, we're done now. But I don't know. I figured for the people who are the highest tiers, I'd give him a little something special. You know, as a way of saying thanks. Thanks for the support. Especially, specifically for random views. Because that's what my Patreon is focused on now. So, yeah. Many thanks. Alright, so that erased okay. No smudges. Very clean, very clean. I should probably scan this up now, but you know what? Screw it. Screw it. We'll see where this goes. Alright, so I'm going to start coloring this bad boy up. We'll start with Raimundo's flesh. Now for the flesh tones, my usual flesh tones go to, see, this is not oh, I forgot to erase that little section. Alright, not only will these videos be private only to you guys, but they're actually more tutorials than, they're actual additional tutorials as opposed to just my time-lapse videos where I don't explain anything. Okay, so I've got usually 3 colors that I go with for flesh tones. You can't really see them, but I'm going to read them to you. This one here is my base tone, which is YR00. It's powder pink. My darker shade, which is E95, which is flesh pink, and to help blend the powder pink, I use pale fruit pink, which is E000. You will see how I do the following here. Okay, sometimes this ink actually, the Copics pick up the black ink, so I'm going to try my best not to pick that up. But sometimes it does, and you know, what can you do? So normally I just do strokes just to get the shading in. The thing is, I don't really know how to explain my coloring. It just, whatever really works. It's difficult. That's why I feel like I can't really teach, because I honestly don't know what I'm doing most of the time. I'm just kind of like, yeah, that looks fine. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, eh, that's fine too, I guess. You try to make it work. So this is what I do. Apologies for those wanting to learn. I cannot teach at all. So this is the closest thing, put it that way. This is the closest thing you'll get to me teaching. Yeah, so I use the YR00 to just shade in the sections that are shadows. This is pretty self-explanatory, I feel. Working traditionally is both fun and annoying because you don't have that control. You don't have the history button. You can't really, once you get something done, once you lay some colors or inks down, that's it. There's really no backtracking. I mean, sure, there are ways you can probably go over that, like using some white ink or something of that sort, but what I like to do is I like to try and find ways to get out of things by working further along. I don't know if that makes any sense, but like, errors happen, and the beauty about errors is that you can salvage things. You can salvage mistakes. It's character as well. Mistakes are character. So right there, I feel like I might have darkened this a little too much, so I'll just add a bit more of this YR00 just to blend it in a bit more. And I think that looks pretty cool. Ah, man, it feels so good drawing these guys again. Essentially, these highest tier things are almost like commissions without being commissions. So I am treating this like a random views commission, which is awesome. Awesome. I mean, it's my choice what I draw, but it's my characters, so I can draw whatever, really. But goodness, this feels good. Alright, then I'll use the lightest one just to blend things in a bit more so that it's not actually just doesn't actually just fade to white. Like, it's all color. There is all color. And I don't know if I'm gonna scan this, because honestly either I need a new scanner or I haven't seen a scan that's good enough, but sometimes the scanner does weird things to colors, especially like Copic marker colors. It's weird. Like, it'll add some weird blues to it and stuff, and I'm like, that wasn't there. And I'd rather avoid that. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use C3, which is cool grain number 3. I honestly don't know how this is gonna come out, but hey, what could go wrong? Lots actually, but okay, that's it. That came out fine. What I'll do for this one is I will use W2 warm gray. I use C3 and W2, or whatever, you know, light W's as shades for whites, and I'll show you that in 1 second actually when I color this part white and that part white. I use that for white, and oh, even the eye. Okay, so I'm gonna do the eye now actually, this one. So that's that. That's a bit of the shadow. It's a bit of a cool and warm at the same time. It just adds a real nice depth to it. I don't know. Can't explain it. But I think it looks fine, and I shall continue because of that fact. Alright. Oddly enough, I use the same colors for metal as well, but it's how I color it that assists in what material it's supposed to be. See? Automatically that's metal. Weird, right? I think so. The zip. I usually forget the zip. The teeth in the zip. So silly. Okay, honestly, recording this, doing this live speaking thing is still actually quite weird to me. So I feel that if the result is shit, then I am apologizing right now for that. Alright, so I'm gonna turn around a little bit because because my markers are behind me. So what I'm gonna do now is look for the appropriate markers to fill. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm gonna grab a C6 and a W6. Oh no, I don't know about the W6 actually. You know what? Nah, screw it. Okay, I got W7. I'll use W7 and C6. Now what I'm gonna do with those, C6 for the clothes, jacket. It's a shiny black, so it works. C6. It's adding up. Nice. W7, warm 7 for the hair. Oh snap, this piece is shaping up. Now honestly, I would like to, like, as much as I love cell shades, obviously the book is done in cell shade style, it would be cool to be also able to cell shade somewhat traditionally. Now the reason why I stray from that is because of streaking. Like, you see that? You see the brush strokes. Now there are some artists who can do this without getting the brush strokes, and that's, ugh, patience. They got patience, those guys. I don't have patience. So this is how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go back to W2 and just paint in the edges. So that, you know, it gives a bit of that extra kick. Bugger, I think his undershirt is grey. So what I'll do, back to the C's, C3, and just marker up his shirt. I really shouldn't have done this, to be honest. Oof. But it's too late now. I'll use C6 to do some cell shaded shadowing. Yeah. That'll work. That works. That'll do. That'll do. Okay, and now I'm gonna go use RV. Perfect. It's like random views 23. How cool is that? I'm gonna use RV23 for the pink in Raimundo's jacket. Also, yeah, that's how I pronounce his name, Raimundo. And for those who are unsure how to pronounce the title itself, I've always pronounced it as random views. So for some people have pronounced it like random verses and all that type of stuff. No, it's close, but it's not. Think of it like rendezvous, but it's random view. Yeah, that's kind of how I see it. So Raimundo's. Alright, my bad. I haven't finished. I got a W6 for the eyes. Just to give them a bit more life. There we go. I'm gonna turn the computer back on because the screen went off. So I'm gonna color Bloob now. Alright, I'm gonna use again C3 and W2. Okay, you can see them. They're a bit blurry, but I don't want that autofocus thing because then it unfocuses my actual image that I'm drawing. Alright, what I use for this is I'm gonna color his teeth in. His teeth. Okay, I'm gonna, you know what, the next video will be time-lapsed, but I'm gonna also be recording like audio separately from there, so that way, you know, you don't have to sit through this whole thing, because I'm sure it's not good. But yeah, I'll get your opinion for next month and all that to see what you guys prefer, since these videos are for you guys anyways. Alright, so what I'm doing, I've never done it this way, by the way, so this is all trial and error, so excuse me if doesn't go to your liking. So I'm going to use 4 colors. I've got B14 light blue, I've got B32 pale blue. Actually no, I can't do that, I don't have refills. Do I? Oh well, whatever. I've got BV000, which is iridescent mauve, and B05, which is process blue. I'm gonna color Bloob. This little bastard here. You know what? Okay, I'll use light blue. No, I'll use B32 pale blue for his tongue. And we'll take it from there. Hopefully I got refills for all these, because if I don't, it's gonna be a pain in the ass. Okay, there's his tongue. I'm gonna go back and grab the C3 and grey is great because you can use the greys to help shade sections. I'm gonna go use W6. I don't really know how this is gonna come out like, but oh, it's too dark. See? You learn. You learn. I'm gonna go back to C3. Brush tip. And kind of just color that section up again just to give it a bit of depth. Back to light blue. I should go with a darker blue, to be honest. No, you know, I'll go light blue. Light blue, and just paint the inside of his mouth. Go with the C6, cool gray 6, and just kind of fade it in. Fade it in. Back to C3. So yeah, there's his mouth, and then go back to C6. I'm just realizing this video is going to be a pain in the ass to render. Alright, so using the B05, the process blue, I'm going to draw in essentially the sections of Bloob's inside. Don't worry, they're going to be colored too. I'm just drawing in indicators so that when I color it, I don't color over these sections. So yeah, Bloob doesn't make any sense really. He's construction anyways. But that's one of the reasons why I think he's like one of my favorite characters. Doesn't exactly make sense, but that's fine. Doesn't have to. Alright, now since all that section is outlined, I'm just gonna start shading it in. Shading it in. Shading it in. got a lighter blue. I really do hope I have a lighter blue. Because this is going to be a serious pain if I don't. Oh, no, I do. BG1. BG1. Let me look for it. I've got a refill of it, so I must have it. Here we go. BG1 mint blue. And let me look for BG01. I think that's what it is. BG01. It's like a pale or something. BG. It's aqua blue. There we go. Okay, so all my markers are in a bag of markers. And I really need to get like a different bag. Here we go. BG1. Okay. So, using B1. No, I'll go aqua. Using BG1. Gonna fill in the highlights of Bloob. So he's shaping up pretty sick. And he's B1. I'm gonna actually paint in the sections inside. Should have used this for the teeth. That's freaking rad. To be honest, I've never actually colored Bloob like this before, so yeah. It's new to me. Alright, now I'm going to color the brain in. And I'm going to use B1. No, I'm going to use BG1 and BV000. BV000, I want to do the underlight. Yeah, internal underlighting. What about that? How's that? It's all trial and error. Marker work, for me anyways, is always trial and error. I learn something every time I do traditional. Even digital, to be honest. Although, to be honest, digital I feel is more... It feels more organized, more planned. Like I'm following a template. It's like I'm following a template. Like I know how to do certain things a lot more. But then again, it's the same here as well. I usually have a decent idea of where things will go traditionally. But because there's this whole unpredictability factor of what the marker does while I'm working, the results definitely vary. Alright, and I think that looks pretty schmick. I'm going to use vermilion, and if I can find it, here we go. Use vermilion and chrome orange. With these, I'm going to just basically outline it. And once I outline it, stamp this bad boy, and it's done. Hopefully the audio worked, because if it didn't, then I bloody wasted this whole time just talking to nobody, which is bloody weird all in itself. Okay, there's got to be a way I could salvage that though, honestly. Yeah, I'm gonna try and figure out a way to do that. Okay, so no. See, I went in the line there. Such a doofus. Ugh, whatever. Again, it's a mistake? Nah. It's part of it. Part of it. Oh, yeah. Traditional random views, baby. Not many people own traditional random views pieces from me. So this high tier, I feel anyway, is pretty privileged. Alright, now I'm just setting up my stamp. Lining it up so it stays in the circle, but even if it doesn't, that's all gravy. Oh, look at that. And, just for good measure, I'm also going to sign it too. So it's authentic. It's got my seal of approval, and I'm signing it too. So yeah, there's the first random use piece for the highest tier of Patreon.